A very good morning team. This is Amir Mustafa. In this video we will create a first Dockerized application. We will choose node.js as our code base. If you are a developer working with some other technologies like Python, Java, PHP, it is still fine because our prime focus will be Docker and this works with all the technologies. So let us check our code base first. This is a simple application, node.js application, and we have a basic HTML file. Till now we haven't installed our node.js dependencies. So first we will install regular way and then use in a Docker way. So let's start. We'll be installing the packages. Okay, so we have installed a package over here and let's run our node server, and we see that our terminal pointer is in running mode. So if we'll go over here, localhost 3000, see we have our application over here and it is running. So this is a very basic app which we can see. So why we are using Docker? The prime reason is that with changing codes and latest concepts, most of the old version, most of the code gets outdated and removed, and suppose newer code which are used cannot be used in older version. So as we see that we have installed this package, so this is a very basic application, only 2 packages installed. Consider this is a production ready application, and there we are installing lots of packages. Some of them are old, some of them are new, and many developers are working. So this version conflicts come quite often. So to resolve this issue, we use Docker. So let us see how we can install Dockerize this application and run without running this package command. Okay, so our first step, let's remove this package. We've removed our package. Let's remove this also. So if we'll now run, our application is running. Let's check over here. Alright, we have killed our application. And our application is gone. So the first step is we create Docker file over here. Docker file. We make sure that there are no extensions. Docker file, and Docker file should contain this snippet. We will understand this code in detail. You will even see most complex one and understand better. But for this for the first application, we'll just copy paste it. We'll learn over here, understand what is it. Okay, so what we have basically written is pull all the package from basic package.json and store in the container slash app. So inside container within app store all this data, then run npm install in the container itself, copy all the file. Once we run the container, copy all the file present in this directory. Now for exposing port, we use this syntax: expose 3000 port of our choice. And finally, to run the container, we use command node server. This is equivalent to the one which we ran. And why are we getting error? Okay, I think let's try. So the first thing to note is run over here docker or docker help. Let's better run docker version. So this is the latest version 20.10. This is the version we are using, and we should make sure that docker is installed and running. So if we come over here, I think we have okay, it is hidden. So I will attach a link nearby. So there we have seen how we can install docker and run it, and we have reached till here that we run docker command and it starts working and will not throw error. So what are the steps we'll use is, first step we have done, we have created a code base, we have copied our code. First step is running docker build. So once we have this docker file, we run docker build dot. If there will be errors, error will come. Sending build context to docker daemon. Okay, this is the issue. The issue is that the docker is not started yet. So it takes 1 minute to start. It was paused in the background. Once this will be green, we'll be back. Alright, we are back. So it took a while, and if we see over here, docker desktop is running. So docker should be running in the background. If we go over here, we see that our docker is running. Our application started. We mainly see from here this green symbol. Now if we come back to our code and run this, also one thing which I forgot was from node. Okay, so we will understand in depth all the commands over here. So let's start our first step, node build dot. oh sorry, docker build dot. Okay, so all docker commands start with the keyword docker, and we see that package install package.json file has been read, and now our command is running, the command which we wrote here, and it will quickly run. So we get, in the end, what we get is the id of the image. We just copy paste this id. So this is our first step. So if we go over here, we created docker file, then docker build run, and we got our id, and the last step is to run our server. Let me clear this. So how we do that? Docker run, we write p flag. P stand for publish, and where we want to publish. So consider there are two worlds. One is inside docker world, one is outside docker world, which is exposed to the web browsers. So let me first check which version we have used over here. So we are using 3000, so we ran with localhost 3000. So to publish the command, we'll write 3000 colon 3000. So now write 3000 means that inside container, docker container, it will use 3000 port. This it can be 80, any port which is free, and whatever is in the left, it means it is exposed to the outer world. Chrome browser can access it, all the web browser. Docker run -p flag, and then image id. So image id we copied here, enter. We see that a terminal is in processing mode. Let us go over here, localhost 3000, and our application ran, and this time it ran from docker. So if we write anything like happy learning, save, we see our application is working. So if we come over here, the key takeaway is that we haven't run npm install in our local application, and we see no module folder over here, node module. So this becomes super easy, that everything is installed in container and it can be shareable. Now let's see some more features. We ran our application. Okay, it's working. Okay, so the next thing which we'll see is how we can see the containers running. So for that we do docker ps. Docker ps gives us the list of containers which are running, and this is the id, this is the container id, this is the randomly assigned name by the docker. We can set it. We will see this soon, how to set custom name. So likewise we can see all the running containers, and if we wish to stop it, we just type docker stop name. We could have used id as well. It takes a while and it has stopped. So if we come over here and refresh our application. This time our application is down as expected. So again, if we run this command, this time we'll see there's no active running container. Okay team, that's all for this video. I hope you have learned something new.